Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special treat for you all today. .600 cubic inch six-cylinder. That's right, folks. That's what you're looking at here. This beautiful 1910 Fiat. All right, man. It's hard to describe unless you're just here looking at it. It is a beautiful car. This car, in particular, this motor is not original to this car. This is, I believe, around a 1915, actually an airplane motor that's been put in here. But I'm here to tell you this thing is a beast. And wow, it is just gorgeous. You'd have to see it. Now, these cars here, the Fiats, have a huge racing history here in the U.S. They won the 1908 Grand American Prize. They also won the 1911 and the 1912 Grand American Prize. Also finished third in the very first Indianapolis 500. This car takes a special... it takes some guts to drive this car. I mean, you sit back and look at this thing and you go back and look at the speeds that these guys ran and look at the tires. I mean, these tires, they're tall, but they're skinny. There's no front brakes on this car. Now, when Jim gets back over here, I'm going to let him do a little bit of explaining a little bit more of this car because he knows this car very well, very, very well. Ask him exactly how many years he has in this thing because I know this is a big in the making, and this is not his car. This is a customer of his car, but Jim has been doing a ton of work on this thing, and honestly, I don't think you could find anybody better to do any type of restoring. And this is a 1910, right?
It could be from a 7 to a 10.
A 7 to a 10.
Yeah.
But it's still considered an S61, right? And then the S76 was known as the Beast of Turin, wasn't it? And that was like a huge...
That's 1903.
Now, your brakes, are they operated strictly by the hand?
The brake operates the rear wheel brakes.
And this
the foot brake
operates the... I guess it goes on the...
It's the
okay.
differential carrier.
Yep.
And the lay shaft.
So you've got a brake there, and then you got the rear brakes and the tire.
And this was pretty ineffective. They're small diameter. They're down underneath everything where they would tend to get hot. Most people don't even use the foot brake. They use the hand brake for driving.
Really?
And then I have also a clutch brake.
Okay. That gets it.
Keep operating it now.
So clutch brake.
And the clutch you only use that brake to stop the transmission from freewheeling when you're not moving. Once it's moving, you don't want that to engage at all.
Okay.
With the 72 discs floating in oil, even if there's no spring pressure on them, they still have a what do you call it? Viscosity?
Right.
Hydro viscosity that's trying to turn them.
Turn them, yep.
Because they're never far enough apart to break that kerosene.
And how many cubic inches is this motor?
600.
Man.
10 liters.
Jeez Louise. And the sad thing is it probably, what does it make, 130, 140 horsepower somewhere around there?
I think it's 140.
Man, it's a big old motor. But it's probably, I wonder what the torque numbers are on this thing. It's probably got some massive amounts of torque behind it.
Put your torque up around 150 horsepower at 1600 RPM. Put your torque around the 450 foot-pound range.
Jim is working on the last little piece so we can hopefully get this car started up today for you guys to listen, because I don't know about you, but I want to hear this thing run. Like this is a monster of a motor. I mean, it doesn't put out a lot of power per se. If you looked at the horsepower to cubic inches, you'd probably be pretty shocked at it. The guys used to race these things, and I mean, and the speeds these guys reached, it's just unfathomable to look at this thing and not to, you know, just to think to be sitting in this little spot here and running as fast as these guys did. Holy moly.
I'm gonna put it on 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 0 is off.
Okay.
1 and 2 is both magnetos. This is the left magneto and the left magneto. Right magneto, left magneto.
Okay.
So right now I'm going to start it on both of them. The first step is to open the ground circuit. Quick, I knew that with the solenoid in there. The next thing to do is get the magneto over retarded.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'm going to put a little gasoline in each priming cup. And I'm going to open it and put it in the intake manifold.
Ah, okay.
This is because the carburetor don't have a choke. Alright. Some brakes. Don't roll. Throttle is down.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Needs more gas pressure.
That is awesome. So technically, could this ever be road legal?
I got plates for it.
Really?
Yeah. It's registered and insured.
Holy smokes.
Why not?
Well, how do you register something this old? With, I mean, I guess you got lights. I guess that's the big thing is.
God dang, Chris, you ended up doing a lot of smiling from the fact girls down in DMV. And my eyelashes. think I'm out of gas.
And ladies and gentlemen, this here, you got to witness this 1910 Fiat with this freaking huge motor start up and actually drive. We actually got a little more than I bargained for, because I didn't know he's actually going to try to run this thing today and drive it. I knew he was going to try to start it, but man, this thing it's something else, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this, getting to hear this car start up, seeing it drive. Man, I tell you, a 1910 Fiat is pretty dang neat. And I'm going to tell you, you have to be a man to drive this thing, because there's no such thing as power steering. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be hanging out with Jim a little bit more. We got some really neat stuff for some Corvettes coming up soon. So hang tight. We'll catch you next time.